Welcome back to the On the Football Zone and to a weekend previewing all the big games in the Premier League this weekend, but also quickly reviewing the midweek action we saw. Starting off in the Premier League with Man City just about defeating Brentford 1-0. Obviously dominated the game, Man City, as you'd expect, but they had to wait and be patient before they could get the goal which gave them the 3 points, and it was scored by Alvarez in the 71st minute. Big win for Man City. They dominated the game. I think Brentford will take heart from staying in it for so long, but in the end wasn't quite enough, and City just about got over the line. Moving on then to Liverpool 4, Luton 1, and the scoreline might not suggest it, but Luton definitely did give Liverpool a scare for a long while here. It was Bonnie, he gave Luton lead in the 12th minute before goals from Van Dijk, Gakpo, Diaz and Elliott in the second half sealed the win for Liverpool. And Liverpool, as you'd expect, dominated the game. But I think Luton, they played really well in the first half. And I think, just kind of Liverpool showed their quality in the second half. So enough to secure the big win. But I think Luton's still showing some fight despite the scoreline. And they'll be pleased with that. But moving on then to Porto 1, Arsenal 0, giving Arsenal a real fright in the Champions League. And it wasn't a good performance at all. It was Otavio in the 94th minute, a late goal, sealing the win for Porto. And to be honest, I would say they deserved it. Arsenal for me were really poor here, just didn't perform, and in the end they got punished for it, and that could be a big result. They'll need to come back and beat them at the Emirates. I think they're definitely capable of doing it, but they can't really afford a showing like that, really, in my opinion, so they will be concerned by that. But moving on then to the Premier League action coming up this week, and starting off with Aston Villa taking on Nottingham Forest at Villa Park. And this is a big game for both these sides. Villa coming into this one still in the hunt for that Champions League battle after a few tough defeats, getting a win last time out, but Forest also did against West Ham. What that says these days, who knows? Villa, I think at home will be expecting to win this game, and I'm going to say they will do. I'm going to say it will be a 2-0 Villa win. Moving on then to Brighton 1, Everton 1 at the Amex, and I'm going to say this is a game that Brighton will be hoping to win, I would say. Getting that win over Sheffield United last time out was a big win for them, but Palace, Everton drawing to them. I think it's games like that they're expecting to win. They're tough to beat at the moment, but at the moment they're just not quite picking up enough points. I think Brighton at home will be kind of expecting to win this one. Moving on then to Crystal Palace as they take on Burnley at Selhurst Park, and Palace coming into this one at home against the Burnley side who have been struggling so much recently. Palace have only got 1 point from the last 3 games, so this is a game that they'd definitely be expecting to win against the Burnley side who are struggling. I think we kind of saw the golfing quality between them and a lot of teams with that 5-0 defeat last week, so I'm going to say it will be a comfortable win for Palace here. Moving on then to Manchester United hosting Fulham, and Manchester United, I think it's fair to say, have been on a really good run of late. They've won their last 5 games in all competitions. Really seems like they've turned the corner now, and they're starting to build some momentum under Eric Ten Hag. And for Fulham, it's not a great time to play them. Their form isn't terrible, but I think Manchester United starting to click this season, which we didn't see a huge amount of in the first half of the year. So I'm going to say, it will be a 2-0 win for Manchester United. So I can see them definitely continuing their good run of form here. Moving on into Bournemouth as they take on Manchester City at the Vitality, and Bournemouth coming into this one, obviously knowing what they're going to come up against. At the moment they're picking up lots of draws, but just not quite enough wins. Man City though, last few games at home haven't been convincing, so that might just give Bournemouth a sliver of hope, but at the same time I think Man City kind of know that they need to be perfect from here on, and we see how good they can be at times, so I'm going to say City will get the win here. Moving on then to Arsenal as they take on Newcastle at the Emirates, and Arsenal coming into this one will be, I think, expecting to win this game. We've seen the role that they've been on as of late. They can't really let the Porto game affect them because that's done. That's a different competition, etc., etc. Newcastle, really coming into this one. I think few games recently they've been expected to win and they haven't. I think that will only kind of really feed Arsenal's confidence. I'm going to say they'll get the win. Moving on into Wolves against Sheffield United at Molineux and this is a game which Wolves will really be expecting to win. Sheffield United, we've seen so many results of them. It just shows that the Premier League, with the way that their squad's been built, the manager, etc., just shows how much they've been struggling really at the moment, which is unfortunate to see. But it's true. I'm going to say it will be a 1-0 win to Wolves here. I think Sheffield United may just limit the score. Moving on then to West Ham as they take on Brentford in the Monday Night Football. And this is for me is a game that West Ham need to win after a few really, really poor defeats in a row at home on a Monday night to a London club. This is a game which for me they really have to be targeting and looking to win. And I think they'll come into this one probably as the favourites to do so. I'm going to say 2-0 to West Ham. I think this could be the ideal game to get back on track. And kind of coming into the biggest game of the weekend now, you've got Liverpool taking on Chelsea at Wembley in the final of the Carabao Cup. And normally you'd say Liverpool will win this easily, but Chelsea coming into this one, I think really feeling like they've got a chance here. Liverpool coming into this one, so many injury issues, etc., that are really holding them back, you could say, at the moment. So I think Liverpool will kind of be Chelsea will be optimistic, but at the same time, I just think Liverpool, the mentality, doing it for Klopp, etc., I still think they'll have the edge over Chelsea here, and I'm going to say Chelsea will lose 2-0. So anyway guys, that's it for this video. Thanks very much for watching. Remember to like, share, subscribe, follow us on our socials, link in the description below for daily football news, meme and content. Subscribe to our other channels on screen right now, that'd be greatly appreciated. Thanks very much for watching. Peace out.